Hello again. Right, so should be a nice easy one today. I'm going to talk you through making a display case, funnily enough. But these ones are for little tiny figures. So, MiniMocs case. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you've already got one. But here's what you're going to get out of the box. Got a back panel. You may or may not have already purchased one of the display boards. If you are getting the one with it included, then this will be in the box. If you've already got one, then you just have the back panel. But this one's here just to demo what we do with it. Top and bottom panels, small side panels, lights, and a little fixing kit. I'm going to do this all in one take because it really shouldn't take very long at all. So let's open these packets up. So your back panel will have a bit of tape on it that says back. So that is literally the back. It's because the holes aren't quite in the center up and down. So you need to make sure that that is facing down. Then we've got two small side panels. Now these are going to fix here and here. And then the long panels for the top and bottom. Here and here. So the long panels have got holes on the ends, and those are going to screw into the side panels. And that's the way we're going to build it. We're actually going to screw all the side panels together first to make a frame, then we'll screw them into the bottom. What you need is cordless drill or a screwdriver, a hammer, and that should really be it. All of the fixings you need are in this bag. So in there you will have some 35mm black screws. Those are the ones we need to build the frame together. So we'll just do that now. It's all pre-drilled, so it should be really straightforward. Nearly there. Now, these ones have been a long time coming, I know, but with all the other stuff, these took a bit of a back shelf, but we're okay now. So right, that's all done. We've got the back panel in there, but you can see the frame is a separate piece. So now what we want to do is go through these pre-drilled holes to attach the frame to the back panel. Again, easy process, but just make sure it's nice and flat. Now, I'm actually not going to do all of these screws because that could be potentially the most boring thing you've ever watched. But I'll do most of them. But you can see how easy this is to put together. Sounds like my battery's running flat as well. Okay, we'll leave that there. So we've got frame and back all done. Now there's no top and bottom on these, so any way up really doesn't matter. So what we want to do next is you will have, let me come around there and show you, two little stickers for the inside. You can see one side is a thicker stripe than the other. That's so that your lights can go on that side. So that's the top. And there's a logo on the bottom as well. So we're going to stick those to the inside. And what we want to do is line them up with the top of the case. So what we're going to do is just run my finger in there just to make sure there's no dust or anything like that. And then we're going to line that up with the top. And just push him down. And it's as simple as that. So you can see there we've got one stuck in. Just do the other side. Again, we're going to line them up with the top. Okay, so now we've got both side graphics in. We can attach the magnetic strips. These are all pre-cut, so you've got too short and too long. Simply peel the back off. Again, you might want to give these a hoover or a little dust just to make sure there's no dust on them, but we're going to pin them anyway. So what you want to do, these are the same thickness as the panels, so it's very easy to line up. Plenty of pressure. And once you've done that, there's some supplied panel pins. We're going to come in about 1 inch from each end. And what this does is just make sure that that doesn't come off at any point. And the reason we want to come in from the end is we don't want to split the timber. So we'll do 2 that side, and that's fine. We'll stick the other side, and you're going to repeat this process for the top and the bottom as well. You can probably take a bit more time than this if you like, but it really is just a mini version of my bigger cases. Then we're going to do the top and bottom. Oh, you will have a face panel as well in your package, but I haven't unwrapped one of those here. But the face panel doesn't need any work doing to it. The face panel already has a steel tape on the back, which will stick to these magnets. So you just position it where you like. Okay, put a few pins in here. We'll do 3 on the top and bottom, I think. So 1 about 1 inch in from each end, and 1 slap bang in the middle. Last one. Come on. There we go. Okay, a few more pins, and then we can put the board in the back. Now you do, with the supplied lights, what you need to do is make sure that the board is in the back before the lights go in. It's a really tight, it's a nice snug fit, and what it means is that if you've already put the lights in, it's very difficult to get that in afterwards. It's actually such a tight fit that I think this might need cutting down a little bit, which I'll do now. Okay, let's have a look. There we go. So what we're going to do is, supplied with it, I've given you some little bits of double-sided tape, and all this will do is just hold it against the back. So we'll stick a few of these on. Just means you haven't got to nip down to the post office and get any, or jump on Amazon. If I've got it here, you might as well have it. So I'm going to do 3 across the top, 3 across the bottom, and 1 in the middle. If you have your own display board, I will probably still include this double-sided tape, so you should just be able to use your own. However, if you've got your own display board, you will have some little tabs on the left and right which the legs slot onto. You'll need to just cut those off with a craft knife or a sharp Stanley blade. So now we do need to make sure that we get this the right way up. Okay, so I'm just going to place that in the bottom. And there we go. So we've got the board in. It's basically everything but the lights. So I'm not actually going to fit these lights just yet, because this one is going to be for someone else, but I'll just show you. If you haven't seen any of my cases before, it's very simple. It's an LED strip tape. There's double-sided tape on the back, and all of the cases have little slots on each corner, so you can put that wherever you like. I'm going to do mine usually bottom right, but it depends where your socket is that you want to use. So basically you just peel a bit off, put it through the slot, stick it in, and then you're going to stick it all the way around. And then when you get back to the start point, you're going to cut it at the nearest point that looks like this. And then you'll have a load of spare LEDs that you can do with as you please. You've then got remote control. There's a standard switch in there as well, and your lead. And then your face panel, which is like this. So it will look like this. So it's a bit pink, you can see there. It's because it's got a protective film over the front, so you'll need to peel that off, and then it's literally a case of just lining it up, and that will hold itself on there, and there's the finished case. So the only other thing really in your box of fixings is that on the back you'll see there are 2 holes in one of the uprights. Actually, I probably should have mentioned that there is a top and a bottom, because one of them's got 2 holes in the back. Those are going to be used for these. Come around there again. So this is your little hanging bracket. They're only on the top because it doesn't weigh very much. Got some little grey screws, and we're just going to use those to go into there and there, and you can then hang it. just with a couple of screws. And then you just need to be careful when you're taking the face panel off. And don't put it in a position where it can get knocked, because you don't want the face panel flying off. There you go. So we've got those 2 pins on the back holding it, and that's it. Good luck, and I hope you get years and years of enjoyment out of it, and all your little MiniMocs look fantastic in it. Bye now.